Hello, I'm Dan Toppy and welcome back to Going for Gold, the series where I give you the quickest and easiest ways to earn the golden camos on your weapons in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, what I do is I go through the best class and the best playstyle you need to be using to get your first 100 headshots with the weapon, and then I move on to tell you how you need to change your class and your playstyle to better suit the final 5 challenge camos, so you can then unlock the golden camo, then move on to get the diamond camo after that. The weapon that we're going to be covering today is the ABR-223. It's one of the burst fire tactical rifles in the game. It's one of the good rifles in the game if you are playing in hardcore, but in core it does struggle a little bit. So today I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to be doing to get the golden camo on this weapon in the easiest and the quickest ways possible, because some people can struggle when doing this one. So getting straight into it, starting off with the first 9 camos, which to get these you need to get 100 headshots with the weapon. So the best class that you need to be using when you are doing these challenges is the ABR with quick draw, grip, stock and reflex on. Quick draw will obviously help you to get your sights up a lot faster, which is really important with this gun because you're doing it aiming down sight most of the times whilst you are using it, and especially to get those headshots. The reflex sight will make it way easier to aim down sights because the iron sights on this gun are pretty bad. The grip will make sure that you reduce that recoil so you can hit more headshots one after another, and obviously stock will mean you can move your aim around a lot faster and just be more accurate and quick in your aiming overall. For the perks, we'll take my normal 3, which is Scavenger, Lightweight and Dead Silent. Scavenger will mean you won't run out of ammo, so if you are on a streak you can keep going with the same weapon. Lightweight means you won't take any fall damage and you can move faster to get into those positions so you can pre-aim the enemies straight off spawn. And Dead Silence will mean they won't hear you when you are moving around, so if you do sneak up behind them they won't turn around and kill you based off just your sound. Generally, this gun doesn't do enough damage in core to get a one-shot burst headshot every time, so what you want to do is you want to go and play in hardcore, because in this mode every single shot will be a one-shot kill, so all you need to focus on is making sure that sight is on their heads, and this weapon shouldn't be too hard to complete. What you really want to be doing is make sure you're playing with this gun a lot more like it's a sniper than it's an assault rifle. That's the idea of the tactical rifles. They're meant to be a little bit further range than an assault rifle, not quite as aggressive but also not as hard to use as a sniper rifle, so make sure you sit back, pre-aim at head height for when enemies are coming around the corners, hold the angles, spawn trap them whenever you can, just generally sit back further than you would with an assault rifle, don't get quite as aggressive, and definitely don't rush because as it is a burst fire weapon you will have a massive disadvantage in close range fights against assault rifles and SMGs. Just make sure you're always sitting back and taking your time. For this gun you can pretty much play in any game mode you want, but the best one which I think you should be playing in is in domination, just because generally you know where all the enemies are coming from. They'll gather around on that B flag where you can get really easy headshots whilst you are capturing it, and in general it is just an easier game mode to play on than on something like free for all or on hardpoint, just because it's a lot more predictable, and especially with a weapon where you want to be playing a little bit slower, you might want to stay off those capture points as much as possible, just wait for those enemies to come and get to them. But once you have used that class and that playstyle to get your first 100 headshots with this weapon, you will have earned the first 9 camos, and then you can move on to the final 5 challenge camos, where you need to slightly change your class and your playstyle a little bit to suit these challenges and to make them a little bit easier to complete. So the first challenge camo you're going to want to try and complete is the Mother of Pearl. To get this one, all you need to do is get 50 kills and no attachments whilst using the ABR. So all you need to do is take off all your attachments, play in the exact same game modes as you were doing before, be sure to play the best in these modes. Try not to change your playstyle too much, but you can play a little bit faster because you don't want to be at too far range with this gun, just because the iron sights aren't that good, so you don't want to have really long range fights because you probably will lose them to a play with a decent sight or a sniper, so you can push in a little bit closer, no scope if you need to, hip fire just to get those really easy close quarters kills, but this camo shouldn't take you too long to complete. Next is Purple Hex, and Purple Hex is the complete opposite to Mother of Pearl. To complete this one, you need to get 50 kills with an optic and 5 attachments equipped on the weapon. So the class which I think you should be using to do this is the same one you were using before, which was reflex sight, quick draw, grip, stock, and then you're going to need 2 other attachments, so I chose to take stock 2 and suppressor. Stock 2 makes your gun even more accurate whilst you are moving, and obviously the suppressor keeps you really quiet whilst you are moving around the map, keeps you off the mini-map, and it also means that when you are in hardcore you can still get those one burst kills to the body. So overall this class is really good to be using. I should have said before, you need to make sure you take everything else off your class, so you can't have any perks, any equipment or anything else on your class. All you can have is your weapon, your sight and your 5 attachments, because that will take up your full class. But you shouldn't really need your perks too much because this gun is so good, especially in those hardcore game modes. The next camo that you need to complete is called Roller Rink, and to complete Roller Rink all you need to do is get 10 long shots, so you probably will do do this one whilst you are playing normally. Just because this gun is so good at long range, make sure you're using the same class you're using for your headshots. This is the best class with this weapon overall. Make sure you play it a little bit slower again, make sure you stay back, sit on those longer lines of sight down on the big maps, because this way you can get those really easy long shots. And if you are playing in hardcore, again, it should still be a one hit kill, so this is definitely the easiest way to do it. If you are trying to play in core, it will take a few more bursts, so it's a little bit difficult to get those kills, and it's really easy to guarantee them in hardcore, so you should be able to get this one done really quickly in those game modes. But overall, this gun is really good in general, and it's really accurate at long range, so this one shouldn't be too difficult for you to complete. The next camo is called Penthouse. For this one, all you need to do is get 5 double kills. Again, it shouldn't be too difficult to complete. Play on a game mode like Domination, where the enemies tend to group up a bit, then just spray into them and you should be able to get those double kills pretty easily. And again, this is one you will complete whilst you are doing all the other challenges. But once you have completed those 4, you can then move on to the final challenge camo, which is obviously the hardest one to complete, and that's called Spectrum. To get Spectrum, you need to get 5 Bloodthirsties using only the ABR. A Bloodthirsty is obviously a 5 kill streak, so all you need to do to complete this one is go on 5 kill streaks. This might sound quite easy, but players often struggle with these just because they start focusing on it and start playing very differently. But really, all you need to do is keep playing slow, keep using the same class you were using the first time, just keep playing slow, sitting back, waiting for those enemies to come to you instead of rushing in, and it shouldn't take you too long to complete. If you want more general tips on how to complete Bloodthirsty challenges, make sure you check out the video which is linked in the description down below, because I made my top 5 tips how to get these Bloodthirsty medals, complete the Spectrum camo, so then you can earn that golden camo in the quickest and easiest ways possible. But that is everything that you need to know of how to earn the golden camo on the ABR-223 the quickest and easiest ways possible. If this video has been helpful, then please make sure to leave it a like. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, because we'll be doing more of these videos, hopefully covering every single weapon in the game, but we'll be covering the hardest ones first. If you need help with any of the snipers so far, make sure you check out the playlist which is linked on screen now, as well as 2 of the assault rifles are in there, but in the end this playlist will be full of all of my going for gold videos, so make sure you check this one out. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.